Better, yeah, we're playing better and better, I think. It's no doubt about it. I mean, I think if you look at LA and Larry today and how much they're playing, how much better they're playing, and getting a feel for what we're looking at, and Willie's being aggressive, and Randy's really starting to understand the PBA brand of basketball. All that stuff is coming together for us a little bit. We lost Jeff to a groin injury in practice, and we went without a beat without him, and that's really amazing. I thought that we'd really struggle because he's the guy that really settles us down and makes big plays for us, big defensive plays for us. But I think LA did a good job of doing that role today, settling us down and getting to what we want to do, and getting the ball in the right places and making the right passes. Plus, he was at the forefront of our defense, which I thought was excellent tonight. We played really good D. When they got ahead, they went to the three-point shot and a lot of ball screens and also pressure. So they're pushing the ball up the floor. So it's hard to defend that all the time. But while the game was even or close, our defense was always there getting us that lead, and then they got it kind of into a frenetic pace, and that's always hard to defend when it's really frenetic like that. But again, our guards did a good job of playing at the tempo in which they could control themselves. They lost it in the second quarter, and I thought they lost it a little bit early in the fourth quarter, or maybe a little late in the third quarter, but they recovered, and that's what we're looking for them to do. And that's the value of having an L.A. Tenorio. He can go out there and settle us down and keep us out of that frenetic pace that a lot of teams try to get us into. People don't want to play against our triangle, so they do all kinds of things. They zone, they pressure, they scheme, they do all kinds of things to try to stop our triangle. And again, LA is a player that can kind of make things as he goes along. So if they're breaking down our triangle, he can still make up some things for us. But still, we're not out of the woods by any means. We played 3 pretty good games in a row, but we're not out of the woods. We're playing better, but our record still tells us that we're under 500. And that's not something that we're going to delight in right now. That's a big reminder, still a big cloud over us, is that we're 5 and 6, and hopefully that'll keep our feet firmly on the ground and not get too excited about this big game winning streak. After all, we just came from a 4-game losing streak, so.
Last odds. You'll be playing last next.
Oh, we will?
Good foot.
We're going to have to stop Willie. Yeah, Pupuz handled us pretty well out of town. We had a lot of trouble with Ralimi and James, and which we always do. Jeffrey's our big James Yap stopper. So we don't know what his status is going to be going into that game.
Can play?
Huh?
He can play?
We don't know. It's a groin pull, and groin pulls you don't know how long they're going to take to heal. You don't know how, it's deep tissue. You can't really tell. So you have to rest it for a number of days and try it out. It starts to pain, and you have to rest it again. And that was our problem, is that he rested it for a couple of days, then he came back and practiced yesterday, and then thinking he was okay, and then he re-injured it again in practice yesterday. So, yeah, so it's really a day-to-day status. So we just got to be careful with. He's at that age now where you can't fool around with those kind of injuries. If he was 25, then you could push a little bit. But at 35, you have to kind of pull back a little bit and make sure he's 100% healthy. And he realized that. He's a really smart, intelligent person, and he realizes that as well. So hopefully, we'll get him back sooner rather than later. But we're not going to rush him back. And that's specifically why we got Larry. Larry was supposed to be that backup to Jeff, and someone Jeff was going to groom and eventually take Jeff's place in the lineup. So, that was one of the big things tonight, is that we lost Jeff, but it gave Larry an opportunity to get out and get some extended minutes and really show what he can do. I mean, if the defense doesn't pay attention to him, he's going to kill him. So you got to pay attention. He's like a Rembrandt out there, a taller, more physical Rembrandt.
Coach, Phil is slowly going back.
Yeah, we're both a team on the rise, and
fit that he coach.
Well, again, for us, it comes down to, you know, they do a lot of isolations, and they really break you down one-on-one with James Yap and Kirby Raimundo, and then defensively, they got a lot of different schemes. You know, Ryan Gregorio brings a lot of different schemes, a lot of different types of zones. You know, they do different double teams, and so it's hard to predict their defense game to game. So what they did last game, they usually don't do the next game, so you play them. So it's very difficult to predict. So we're going to have to go out there and make sure we're disciplined in terms of our execution, and find a way to do a better job on James Yap. Now that James Yap go crazy on us, and then you know, we're a team that's been having trouble with 7-footers, so trying to defend them. So we'll have to find out a scheme for Walimi. Walimi. Reda, I can call him Reda. I know that name. It's easier.
But Falcon was slowly picking up his game.
Yeah, you know, again, you know, this is, you know, I said this a couple games ago or a game ago that, you know, we're starting to play the way we envisioned that we would play. You know, the quickness, you know, being able to get out pressure, Randy causing mismatches on the floor because the import can't guard him, and the local player can't guard him one-on-one, and the import's too slow. So, you know, they have to force double teams, and then have Willie on the other side forcing double teams, opening up the play for Tony and LA and Larry and Jeff. And so this is the way we envisioned it when we brought Randy in. But we were scratching our head, confounded, because it wasn't working in the beginning. And it really came down, it was too new for LA and Larry. It came down to the fact that Randy really didn't understand what he could get done in this league. And we had to be patient and let him learn that. And then really had to step up his game. And now all that is coming together. And so this is the way we thought Randy would play from game one. But again, it's taken him some time, and you know, I congratulate our organization for being patient and allowing him to opportunity. I think a lot of organizations would have changed him, but we saw something in him, and we stuck with him. So, and he's becoming a force.
Are you targeting a position right now? Modest position?
Well, no, our goal right now is to get to 500. That's our immediate goal. We want to get to 500. That's the most important thing. 500 the record. You know, we're 5-6 now. We were 2-6. We wanted to get to 6-6 or 7-7 or 8-8, somewhere along the line, get to that thing. And then when we get to 500, then we'll take a look at the standings and we'll say, okay, where are we at that point? And then we'll decide, can we get to top 5? Is there a chance for top 2? Or whatever. You know, but right now our goal is just getting to 500. So if we can get Pure Foods, we can get that to that immediate goal. If not, then we're still 2 games away from our goal, 2 wins away from it. So we're not worried about positioning right now. It's really to us, we're trying to take it one step at a time. So right now, let's get back to 500. Then maybe look, we have a chance for top 5, let's go after top 5. If there's a remote chance for top 2, we'll go for top 2. But at 2-6, we didn't think there'd be any chance. But because all the teams are top, nobody's dominating, you know, there's nobody out there. I think 4 losses is the best.
But you have a good record with teams above 500.
Yeah, well, so maybe we can get some quotient. We'll see. But yeah, that's a good point. But right now, I just worry about 500. Thanks, Dave.